Hi, I'm Dr. Nitesh Patel, a GP working here at 21D. Today, I'd just like to talk to you a little bit about a healthy lifestyle. Sounds really obvious, right? And I think some of the things I will say will be quite obvious today. But sometimes it's just worth repeating a point multiple times because it's easy to forget what's obvious. I'm going to start with food. It's very, very important what you put in your mouth. Now, that can sound really obvious, but there are many foods out there in the supermarket that aren't actually healthy for us, and they may actually be marketed as healthy. So it's actually up to us to look at these things and find out what is healthy and what isn't, and what is good for us and what isn't. And often, the foods that are healthy don't scream that they're healthy. They don't advertise that they have added vitamin D or vitamin C or they're good for your bones. They just are. You don't see someone advertising a broccoli on TV. I know, sounds really stupid when I say it like that, but that's because it doesn't need to scream that it's healthy. I will be making more videos about healthy eating and different types of food in the future. But that's just a little snippet of what you can start doing, which is just start looking at the foods that you put in your basket or your trolley or your online shop. Another video I have also already made is about alcohol and reducing your alcohol. Now, again, sounds really obvious, but cutting down to 14 units a week can definitely make you feel better. If you can cut down even more, then brilliant. Now, 14 units is probably something like 5 pints of regular strength beer, lager a week, or 1 bottle of wine, really. And being able to cut that down, brilliant, because your body is actually fighting off the toxin, which is alcohol, and that can leave you feeling really groggy. So cutting that down, brilliant. Similarly, smoking. And from what we know at the moment, which isn't very much, to a lesser extent, vaping. We know smoking's bad for us. We know it can affect lungs. We know it can cause cancer. And switching to vaping, we don't know any long-term effects of vaping at the moment. So cutting them both down is important. If you switch to vaping to be able to come off the cigarettes, that's brilliant. But obviously, ultimately, we would like to cut down on both of them. Bring down the inflammation in the body, caused by alcohol, caused by cigarettes, caused by vaping. Also caused by food, for that matter. Bringing down that inflammation in your body will just make you feel so much better. Speaking of bringing down inflammation, increasing your exercise. I'm sorry, another obvious line. But again, I'm not talking about tying up your shoelaces and going for a run. I'm not talking about anything particularly extreme. I mean, some of you may be able to do that. Some of you may do that on a daily basis. But there are also people who generally have a sit-down job, sit at a desk working at a computer, and then go home and sit on the sofa. Maybe make some food, go back to the sofa. There's not a lot of movement in your day-to-day activities. And just getting up, going for a walk, if you have stairs in your house, it could because you don't want to go outside, going up and down there a few times. Even just moving around the house, there are plenty of things you can do in one room with very little space. I mean, you can even just do some star jumps, or just walk on the spot. With high knees, you need no room to actually get moving. The key message here is just try to increase your movement. I've spoken a lot about reducing inflammation, and one area of the body that we get a lot of inflammation that people don't necessarily realise is the mouth. Now, I know I'm working for 21D and we help reduce people's inflammation in their mouths and make them feel better. So along the lines of reducing inflammation, brushing your teeth and keeping a good oral health is very important. It may have actually had us help you with that. And that has massively reduced the inflammation in your body, which, with all the other things that I've mentioned today about reducing inflammation, can really help you feel better in yourself. The one other thing I wanted to mention as part of a healthy lifestyle was supplements. But one supplement in particular, vitamin D. We don't get enough vitamin D in our lives, and that's purely because we live in the UK. We get vitamin D from the sun. I don't think I need to say any more, really. But it's not sunny enough in the UK to give us the amount of vitamin D we need. Now, the government recommends we take 1 tablet of 400 international units, which is about 10 micrograms of vitamin D, every day through the autumn and winter months. Now, I wouldn't actually blame you for taking it every day all year, because even in summer we don't tend to get that much sunlight anyway. And at a low background dose, it's generally considered safe to take that every day. The other thing I want to talk about, maybe a little bit less obvious to some people to be fair, is sleep. Sleep is very important. It calms down the inflammation in our body, and it allows your body to reset. Now, it's very important to get at least 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, because that is what your body needs to reset and recover. And waking up feeling refreshed gives you the energy to be able to do more things in your day. Go for that walk. Do something that's a little bit different. Because I know a lot of people wake up feeling tired. And it might sound strange, but actually pushing through that tiredness and going for that walk will then make you feel more tired at the end of the day, but you will sleep better and actually wake up feeling more refreshed. Sounds a bit paradoxical, but it really does work. The more exercise you do, the more the inflammation in your body calms down, the sleep, your body calms down, and everything just has a knock-on effect, and you start to feel better. That actually brings me on quite nicely. Feeling better. All of this, doing all of these things, actually improves your mental health as well. You start to feel better in yourself by getting out and doing some exercise, or eating better, or just doing what's better for you. Without any monetary value, essentially, by doing these things, you're investing in yourself, and you're investing in a better future for you. And that's really what we want. I would like to focus on depression because mental health is becoming an ever-increasing worry for the NHS as well as for everyone here in the UK. It is actually accounting for more and more GP consultations, and it is becoming more and more important that we raise awareness for depression. As I said, it's a whole lot more than just low mood. You might start losing the enjoyment in things that you used to enjoy doing. Stop going out with friends, just finding that you're sitting on a sofa, on a chair, lying in bed, not wanting to get out, not wanting to do anything. And these are very common symptoms of depression. Some people find that they end up eating more. Some people find out that they stop eating. Not everyone's the same when it comes to depression. And recognizing that you are feeling depressed can be very difficult. And sometimes it takes someone else to tell you how you're feeling. That might sound strange. Tell you how you're feeling. But you might not see it. You might not recognize the signs. But your worried family and friends might. And so, if they do mention it, it is worth taking note. And if you are that family or friend, it's always good to have that conversation. Even if you're not sure, it's always better to check on your family and friend. When someone gets really depressed, they may think about self-harm or even taking their own life, which is why it is important to recognise these signs early, if at all possible. People are very good at hiding their emotions, So sometimes it's just worth asking a question. If you or anyone you know has any kind of thought or feelings of any level of depression, then there is support out there. Your first port of call may be your GP, and they can point you in a whole bunch of other directions, whether it be counselling, medication, or just encouraging you to open up to your family and friends, which can be very, very useful and important. One thing I do always like to say is, you may not want to put that burden on your family and friends, but if it was the other way round, you would like to know how they are feeling, and they would like to know how you're feeling. Other things you can do to help with low mood and depression are mindfulness exercises, taking yoga, getting out and about and doing a bit more exercise. Now, I know that sounds really cliche, because you can't just get up and do these things. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a struggle. And every day may feel like a battle, but every day you will be doing something that will help you, even if it's literally a little step out the door for a 2-minute walk, even if it's just moving around in your home. Gradual baby steps, not expecting the world straight away. That's the best way to try and support yourself and your family and friends. I think my most important message here is talking. Talking to your family, friends, or your GP, and getting the support you need can be the first step to helping you recover. If you do need any support, please reach out to family, friends, GPs, any healthcare professional. So that concludes my video today on healthy lifestyle. And I'm sorry, I may have repeated myself from other videos. It may be saying the obvious things, but honestly, if you are able to do any of these things, or just particularly one or two of them, it can help you feel better and more energized, and hopefully improve your quality of life. Thank you.